What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Sean Mullins Show. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening, and I hope that y'all are all having a great week, and I hope you have an excellent weekend. Now let's get this video started. Alright, so, I just wanted to make this video. I know it's kind of late, but I just wanted to make this video to talk about the deadly attacks in Sri Lanka on Easter. My prayers and thoughts go out to the victims and their families. I know this is a tragic time, and I hope that the Lord comforts your soul, and I really hope that, you know, things get better for you in your circumstances. I know this is very hard, and I can't imagine losing your loved ones and anything like that. But, let me scoop my chair up and we'll get started. But I just wanted to begin on that note. However, I do want to sit here and I do want to talk about my thoughts and stuff like that. For those of you who do not know, about 207 people died in Sri Lanka on Easter Sunday, and over 400 were injured. It was a terrorist attack among 3 churches and 3 hotels, so about 6 places. It was a terrorist attack on Christians who were celebrating Easter. They were worshiping Jesus' resurrection, and they lost their lives because of it. I mean, it's Easter Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Easter is supposed to be a time where you can, like I said, celebrate Jesus' resurrection. You can be a Christian. You can do that. You shouldn't have to die because you shouldn't have to die because you're celebrating your religion. But can anyone guess who would do this? Right? Who would do such a thing? Who would go and kill over 200 people and injure over 400? Who would target over 600 people like this? Well, you guessed it, people. You guessed it right. It was Muslim terrorists. Muslim terrorists are responsible for the wiping out of the 207 Christians in Sri Lanka, and over 400 injured. So over 600 people were targeted. They're responsible for the 600 plus people targeted among the 3 churches and 3 hotels on Easter Sunday in Sri Lanka. Now, some sources say that there were lots of nationalities there. There were some Americans, most were Sri Lankans, there were some Chinese people, and some other nationalities. But who caused this? Yeah, there were Muslim terrorists caused it. But who also caused it, and what was one of the leading causes, was the rhetoric of Representative Ilhan Omar, Representative AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and freshman Democratic Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib. The rhetoric of those 3 caused the church attacks and the hotel attacks. That's who caused this, along with the Muslim terrorists. Omar's rhetoric on 9/11 about some people doing something. That's what she's probably saying about the Christian attack, or attack on Christians. You have people like her, and you also have people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Rashida Tlaib, who back her up on this evil, wicked things that Omar says and does. You have those 2 that back her up, and if you dare try to speak out against her or attack her, you are attacking women of color, and you are a racist. No, that doesn't make me a racist. That makes me an American. That makes me an American who calls it out like I see it, who speaks the truth like I see it. And you're gonna attack people who oppose your globalist, socialist, terrorist ideas. You sit there and attack people who speak the truth against you. You sit there and attack people who just are Americans. And yet, we allow you in our Congress. The three of you, we allow the three of you in our Congress who are, all of you are, it's evident that you are very anti-American. You are very globalist, socialist, and you three support terrorism. Cortez and Tlaib indirectly support terrorism, but Omar, it's a proven fact she supports terrorism. It is. Just listen to her interviews in 2013 about how she was indirectly telling people that she supports Al-Qaeda because she doesn't understand about how when she took the terrorist class in college, about how the professor's shoulders drew up every time the words Al-Qaeda and ISIS and stuff were spoken. So yeah, she supports terrorism indirectly along with AOC and Rashida Tlaib, who back her up. But yeah, you have those three. So the rhetoric of those three stooges calls all of this some mentally unstable nut job to lose his or her mind and go off and kill people, kill Christians. What's even more sickening is the fact that the media isn't giving any attention to that hardly. Yeah, they made headlines, but that's all you'll hear from it. You know, even Fox News has stopped talking about it. And of course, CNN just made a headline. You know they won't talk about that. And yet, there are people out there that think that Muslims are the victims of this. You have people out there that are so hateful and that they hate white Christians so much that they're willing to blame it on white people and Christians. When Christians are victims every single day. Christians are being persecuted in other nations. Heck, Christians are being persecuted in the United States. They've been persecuted ever since the Bible. They've been persecuted in the book of Galatians all the way up to now. They're still being persecuted. We are still being persecuted. Even centuries later, millenniums later. Yet the media will spin it and make it seem like it's our fault. We're the terrorists and white people are the terrorists. And it's never the Muslims' fault. These Muslims are such great people and they care about people and this and this and this. When Muslims are attacking people every day, except the fact that it's not on the media. You only hear it on the media and if the media wants to report this. What about the stoning of homosexuals in the country of Brunei, which is a Muslim nation, and they are stoning homosexuals? You haven't even heard about that in the media, and they won't even talk about it. So, and then they want to blame Trump. But here's the thing, is that the media won't talk about it if it happens to Christians. Yet if it happened on a mosque or in a mosque full of Muslim people who support Islam, Donald Trump would be blamed 24/7. And they will blame the guns. They'll blame everyone and anyone except the terrorist and except the piece of shit who did that. It's everyone else's fault except the piece of shit who killed these people. Everyone else's fault. You are some of the most sick people I have ever encountered. And come 2020, we have to vote your asses out before you push your globalist, socialist, terrorist beliefs down our nation's throat. We must get all of you out in 2020. But the thing is that a reporter, let's talk about that. A reporter for BuzzFeed posted some tweet that said that reckon Trump would say more about the shooting if it happened to white people and white Christians to be specific. So what she's basically saying is that Trump would be more outraged if it happened to white Christians. Why do you always have to use your political agenda and your political opinion to, why do you have to use and push your political agenda during some tragedy like this? That's another reason why we're voting your asses out in 2020, come the presidential election. That's another reason why we're doing that. And it is totally absurd. It is totally absurd. And they don't care about the attacks in Sri Lanka. They don't care. Whatever that gets them money and whatever narrative they want to push, they're going to push. That's what they only care about. Money, votes, and this bullshit political narrative that they want to shove down our nation's throat. During some tragedy, when hundreds of people lost their families, hundreds of people are in the hospital, fighting between life and death, and your stupid asses are pushing this narrative down their throats, blaming our president for the attacks. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And also you have Obama and Hillary Clinton going to Twitter, and you have Obama saying that an attack on Easter worshipers is an attack on all humanity. Clinton called them Easter worshipers too. They can't even say the word Christian. Obama, you gotta be a true piece of shit, Obama. You're a disgrace. You are a disgrace as the former president of the U.S. You're still a disgrace to our nation. And it's gonna be quite a challenge for President Trump to undo all the evil stuff that you have done to this country. As for you, Clinton, just shut up. No one cares what you have to say. And really, you ought to be in prison for the deleted emails, for the 4 troops you left to die, for the fake dossier you paid to have on President Trump. Your ass needs to be in prison. So really, you and Obama, you have no room to talk. Absolutely no room to talk. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say, because it's just, it's a totally messed up world that we live in. Muslims are the good guys who attack people, and Christians are the bad people who are being attacked. It's totally absurd. And we shouldn't even have Muslims in our Congress. We really shouldn't have these radicalized terrorists in our Congress. I don't understand that. I really don't. That's why we must vote them out in 2020. We must, unless we will not be a United States of America. We will be just another third world country, a communist country. We will just be like Venezuela, Iran, Iraq, certain parts of Mexico, Haiti. We can't let it happen, people. We just can't. And the rhetoric they spew is not acceptable in our nation. It's not. Absolutely unacceptable. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Stay positive. Stay happy. And I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, peace out.